So we have 0.4 of an inch 5 shots there at 100. I mean, I'm really impressed with that.
Hey guys, and welcome to Ozzie Reviews. Well, today I'm checking out the Steyr Scout Ranger in 308. Now let me show you what it comes with. We've got the manual here, and as you'll see when I run through the features, this rifle is really a combination between the Steyr Scout and the Steyr Elite. Now you've got 3 sling attachments here, and also an end cap if you don't want to actually use the muzzle brake. We've got a 3-shot MOA guarantee. And the hard plastic case that I'm showing you here comes standard with the rifle. It's nice and padded on the inside, as you can see too. So in other words, it's going to protect your rifle and protect your optics, so you don't actually have to go out and buy a gun bag, which is always nice. So let me just go ahead and clear it here. Now the weight of this, guys, is just over 8 pounds, around about 3.6 kilo. So it's starting to get up there a little bit with the weight. However, it is fairly compact, just under a metre, 98 centimetres or 38.5 inches in overall length. Now you've got a medium profile barrel. It is cold hammer forged steel. So look, I'd expect a fair bit of accuracy out of this. It does have a 1 in 10 inch twist too, so it's going to stabilise all the 308 ammunition out there. Now the stock here is a synthetic stock. At the back, you'll see there that it's actually adjustable. The cheek piece here, all you need to do is just turn anti-clockwise and it's spring loaded, up it goes. Same with the kick pad here. You can adjust it for height, okay, and then back down again just to find your desired height. Now at the back here, you've got an extra 10-round magazine. So look, it saves you having to carry it around, doesn't it? You know, with being out in the field. And then you've got the standard 10-round mag that it takes here. Now it does have a unusual feature. You push it in and it just goes to the first stage there. Let me just bring this up a little bit for you. So you can see there, it's just not quite in. Okay, so in other words, when you cycle the bolt, it's going to go straight over the top of the magazine, so it won't load around like that. So it is a safety feature. If you want to close the action, you know, on an empty chamber, you can do it, and then just pop the magazine in there like so. It's also got a built-in bipod as well, so just on the bottom here, all you need to do is just press in the button and then just lift the legs out. Okay, so once they come all the way out, I'll turn this on the side so you can get a better look. Okay, so it's full swivel. Okay, you've got full adjustment there. You know, if you're on uneven terrain, then just perfect. Just to bring them down again, all you do is just basically hit them down, and then they just click straight back into place there. Now you've also got open sights, so it's just flip up sights. So at the front there, you just push the button up so you can see that it comes out, you know, to the side, just like so. And there is one at the back, however, I can't get to it when I've got the scope on there. Now we've got 5 sling attachment points here. Let me get one of the sling attachments that it comes with, and I'll just show you how that works. So look, there's a heap of positions where you can attach a sling. So all you need to do is just, with this, just push down and then turn, and then it just snaps into place like so. So you can put them, there's 2 each side, so one at the front, one at the rear, and identical on the other side as well. Just there. And then also under the stock at the front, we've got another one there as well. Now the trigger on this is fairly nice, I have to admit. It's just a single stage trigger, okay? You can't adjust it unless you put it into the set position. So in other words, when it's cocked like so, you can't adjust it. However, if you put it into the set position, then there's a little Allen key that you can put into the Allen screw there. Just a 1.5mm Allen key is all you'll need, and then you can adjust it. If you go too far, then you know that it won't work because it won't actually cock the rifle, okay? But really, really light. So what I'll do, because you guys have asked, is let's measure the actual trigger pull on this. So it's in the set position at the moment. So this pretty much will go off very, very easily. Just like so. So we got 1.5 pounds there. Okay, so very, very light. Now let's try that again, because I do find with the electronic gauge, it does give, you know, different readings, so it's best to try it a couple of times. So let's try it again. Okay, so then we've broken there at 12 ounces. So look, it's very, very light. When it's just in its normal configuration, not in the set position, I think it was about 4.5 pounds that Steyr were advertising. But anyhow, let's just see what we get here. Okay, so 4.13. Let's try it again. .14. So yeah, just over 4 pounds. Very clean, crisp trigger, that's for sure. Now on top you have a integral rail. Okay, so it's a Weaver Picatinny style rail there. On top I've just put some loophole rings, and one of my favourite scopes being the Trijicon AccuPoint 3 to 9 by 40. Now the action on it is fairly smooth, I have to admit, really quite good. And why I say I have to admit is, guys, I'm a little skeptical of the rifle in the sense of the way it looks. I'm not a fan of the way Steyrs look, and that's why I haven't had one up until now. But, you know, I'm very, very keen to see its features and give it a fair and honest review. So let's just open the action here. As you can see, you've got the oversized bolt knob, so it actually, you know, functions very well in the palm of your hand. The one thing though, I have to admit that I do not like with this rifle, and it is a big negative from the get-go, is to remove the bolt. Now, to remove the bolt, you've basically got to put the safety on. Okay, so first of all, lift the bolt up. Now put the safety all the way forward, and then the bolt will just come straight out. But with the Ranger, obviously you hit the cheek piece here. So what you actually have to do is lift the cheek piece all the way up, then the bolt comes out, but then you've got to turn it down and then try to manipulate it out that way. So for me, I really find that quite fidgety, and I don't like that. That's something that I really do not like with the rifle. So I'll just put it back in there and I'll run through the actual safety feature with the rifle. Okay, so at this point all the way forward, okay, it locks the bolt. Okay, you can't cycle the action and you can't pull the trigger. If you move it back, okay, so this is rolled forward and back, that's how you enable it. So at this point it's on safe, so you can't fire. However, you can manipulate the action. And then we go all the way back where it shows the red dot. Obviously you cycle the action and you can fire as well. It is made in Austria, you know, by Steyr. Recommended retail price on this is around about the $3,000 mark. Okay, so look, it's certainly not cheap, so I'm expecting a fair bit out of it. So let's get out in the field now, guys, and just see how this rifle performs. Alright guys, so we've got 5 different types of ammunition we're going to run through the Steyr. We'll start off with the Federal Premium with the 130 grain Speer hollow points. Then we'll move up to the OSA Buffalo River with the 135 grain hollow point. Then we'll go on to the Lapua 150 grain Mega. So yep, we're starting to use some quality ammunition now. Then some more quality ammo, the Federal Gold Medal Match 168 grain. And then we'll top it off. First time I've ever used this, so I don't know what result I'm going to get. And it's the RWS Target Elite, which is 168 grain match projectile. So what we'll do, guys, is we're going to fire 5 shots down there at 100 yards, just see what sort of groups we get and see how this rifle performs. You'll notice too, guys, that I've taken the cheek piece off because the rings I've got here with the Trijicon optic on top, just not quite comfortable. So I've just removed that. It was fairly easy to do. So now I can just get a nice, comfortable, you know, cheek well.
Now I have to say, that action is really quite smooth. Picks around so you can just feel it. It's just a very, very smooth rifle in general. Anyhow, let's go out there to 100 and take a look at the results. Okay, so the first one was the Federal with a 130 grain Speer, an absolute beautiful little cluster there. And we've come in at 0.5 of an inch, 5 shots there at 100. Then we come down to the OSA 135 grain, spread a little bit there. I was hoping for a little bit better, but we're just, I'd say just on, a fraction under an inch, 0.9 of an inch. Then when we come up to the Lapua Mega, now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. So once again we had a bit of spread there. So we'll probably come in at about 1.2 inches there. Then when we come over to the Federal Gold Medal Match 168 grain, really nice there. It'd have to be, honestly I think we'd have to be about 0.8 maybe. Yep, 0.8 of an inch there. Then when we come down to the winner of the day, the RWS match there with the 168 grain, I mean look at that. Absolute beautiful little cluster there. We'd have to be about 0.3 somewhere there, I'd say. No, 0.4 of an inch. So we have 0.4 of an inch, 5 shots there at 100. I mean, I'm really impressed with that. So there you have it, guys. So we got, if you're looking at using this rifle for target shooting, RWS ammo. I mean, look at that, just absolutely beautiful. If you're looking at it for hunting, you cannot go past those Federal loaded with the Speer 130 grainers. Anyhow, that's the grouping out of the way. Let's have some fun with the rifle. Out to 100. Let's stay out of the 100. Now when you load this mag, guys, honestly, the rounds just almost effortlessly go in, just pushing down. You get a nice positive click once they're in place. And just ultra smooth cycling of this mag with this rifle. Well guys, I can say I'm pretty impressed with the rifle. Once I found where I was shooting there, 300 yards, hitting normal, soda cans, soft drink cans, that's pretty good accuracy there. I'm pretty happy with the accuracy for this rifle being both from a bench, out in the field, and just off the shoulder. Okay guys, I'm going to wrap up my final thoughts on the Steyr Scout Ranger. Now honestly, I'm just not a fan of the way Steyr rifles look, just in general. They just look strange to me. I've used the F90 as well. I don't really like the look of that. But how does it perform? Fantastic. And this Steyr Scout Ranger is no different. The performance on this I'm very impressed with. Its practicality, even though I don't like the look of it, is just 10 out of 10. I can't lie to you. And I've got to put aside that bias about how I feel about its appearance to review it fairly for you guys. So let me run through the things that I really like about this. Now, having the adjustable buttstock here for the actual kick pad, I found I just need to bring it up a little bit, which I could do, you know, easily. Just turn the back there, bring it up, and I just got a nice, comfortable position on my cheek there. Now I took the riser off here because obviously the Trijicon optic isn't high enough, so I was sort of having to cant my head a little bit to get a full sight picture. So I took that off, and it's very, very practical. You know, I mean, having an extra 10 round mag in the buttstock as well, I mean, that's practical. Now, the feeding, the cycling, everything like that is very, very smooth. I like how the 10 round magazine just loads very effortlessly, and feeding isn't an issue. Now the trigger on this is just something else, honestly. Like when you've got it cocked and then you put it on that set trigger, you've only just got to like just tap so slightly on it, it'll go off. Like it's just so light. So if you want to have those precise shots when you're shooting off a bench, fantastic. But then when you're out in the field and you need to shoot quickly, you know, straight up to the shoulder, and you've just got a nice light trigger that you can fire very accurately from the shoulder, as you saw when I was shooting there at 50 and 100 on the gongs. It's just a real practical rifle overall, guys. So, you know, you may love the look of it. I must admit, it's growing on me a little bit, but I'm just not a fan of the looks. But practicality and accuracy, 10 out of 10. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed the review. So till next time, we'll catch you then.